Well, it's Sunday morning. You're in your pajamas, you've got your coffee, and now you're ready to enjoy your Sunday. And then, buzz, your phone lights up, and it's your boss with a request. A task that absolutely without a question could have waited until Monday. But no. And here's what happens next. You don't even have to pick up the phone. Just seeing that notification, something shifts. You're no longer fully in your Sunday now. You're mentally, emotionally, partially back at your office. Sound familiar? Well, because you're not alone. And it turns out the science behind this is both fascinating and a little bit alarming. According to Service AI, up to 76% of employees check work messages during the weekend. But here's the study that really changed how researchers think about this. In 2016, Dr. William Becker at Virginia Tech and colleagues published a work that introduced a concept called anticipatory stress. It's not the time you spend answering after-hours work messages that causes exhaustion. It's the mere expectation that you might have to. Even when there are no actual emails to act on, just the awareness that your boss might reach out creates a constant stressor that blocks your brain from ever fully detaching from work. They literally called the paper "Killing Me Softly." And that's not a metaphor. That's the title of an academic study. In 2022, a study published in the Journal of Communication Management confirmed it again. Weekend work leads to emotional exhaustion, which spills over into hostility towards your employer, your work, and sometimes towards the people you love, who just happen to be standing nearby when the notification rings. The process of unwinding after work isn't just good for your mental health, it's deeply tied to your job performance. When you don't recover, you don't perform. So, what do we do with all of this information? Because here's the part that I don't want to skip. The emotional intelligence angle that goes in every direction here. For the employee, the leader, and the organization watching both of them burn out. Now, as an employee, your worth is not measured by your response time. Let me say that again. Your worth is not measured by your response time. The research is clear. Your brain needs to detach to perform. The best athletes in the world, they don't train 7 days a week. They have a resting plan. Because rest is when adaptation happens, and you're allowed to do the same. If you do need to respond from a place of choice and not anxiety. There's a difference between I'm helping because I want to and I'm helping because I'm afraid not to. But that distinction lives in your nervous system. Okay, this one is harder to say, but I think it matters more. A single text message on a weekend from your boss is not just a text. To you and your team, it's a signal about what this culture expects. It communicates this idea that in this company, we're always on. The most emotionally intelligent bosses, and there's research on this too, protect their team's time as fiercely as they protect deadlines. And that's not weakness. That's leadership that sustains people. Okay, now let's come back to that Sunday morning. The coffee, the pajamas, and the buzz. Here's how EQ looks like in that moment. And I want to be specific because emotional intelligence is not a feeling, it's a skill you can learn. Step 1, notice. Before you reach out for your phone, notice what just happened. Did your breath change? Are you suddenly not feeling well? That's your nervous system flagging a boundary crossing. That's information. Don't skip it. Step 2. Choose. You actually have a choice. You can respond now or you can respond later. But make it a choice, not a reflex driven by fear. Step 3. Is this the norm? Now, if this is a pattern, this is a conversation worth having with your boss. Not on a Sunday, but let's say on Tuesday, 2 p.m., when everyone is adjusted and not in their pajamas. Well, you can say, I was wondering, how do we handle weekend communication here? Here's what works for me. That's not confrontation. That's emotional leadership. Because here's the truth at the center of all this. The boundary between work and life is not a personal preference. It's a biological necessity. Your brain doesn't run better when it never turns off. It actually runs better when it's allowed to rest, reset, and come back sharp. So, the next time your phone buzzes on a Sunday, take a deep breath, put it aside for a moment, finish your coffee. The work will still be there, and so will you.